Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть, семь, восемь, девять, десять. Раз, два, три, четыре, пять, шесть.
What up? Jeff here with all my Bitcoin Renegades. And we're going to go through some Bitcoin therapy today. Everybody is just kind of freaking out, still thinking the market's over because we can't break the $40,000 barrier. And I'm just here to tell you that you have nothing to worry about. We've just been consolidating sideways for a little while. And I just want to go into Bitstamp here. You can just look at the charts a little bit. We're not going to do any technical analysis today, unless you guys really want me to. You can let me know in the comments below. I could do TA or not. I'm still kind of learning it, but I know the fundamentals and, most of that, so it's kind of up to you guys. And I've noticed on my videos that when I did buy GERT, the graph now, that's one of my highest and quickest viewed video. People seem to really like the graph at that time, and it's still a cool project. And the good thing is it's really discounted right now. It's really cheap because of the way that the market has gone sideways. With Bitcoin, it has dragged the price of the altcoins down. And as Bitcoin goes up, naturally the altcoins goes down because the Bitcoin domination. And then when Bitcoin goes down, the altcoins go down even more. That's what happens when, you're in a bear market, but, it could just be a fake out. So I don't think that's an indicator saying that we're in a bear market. I don't believe that. I really think that this is the last shakeout before the big bounce. And that's what's going to end up happening. Just one of these days, it's going to bounce, and it's going to bounce hard. And I think right now, they're just trying to wreck shorts. I think that's what's going on in the market right now. That's why I don't mess with leverage trading. Every one of you that leverage trades is contributing to Bitcoin not raising any higher right now. But if you're panicking, just remember that El Salvador made Bitcoin legal tender for their country. And we haven't even really felt the effects of that yet. We had the initial little pump when the news first came out, but I think that pump was going to happen anyway because we've been going, from 30 to 40 bouncing back and forth. Well, looking at the charts here, let's see, what is this? This is, here, let's minimize me a little bit so we can see more in the charts here. Whoa, I didn't mean to minimize that much. And I don't know. Hold on, let me figure this out real quick. My face just disappeared. Okay, there we go. Anyways. So over here, we are on the 15-minute chart. Wow, look at that. Okay, so let's move to the 1 hour chart. And let's just see if we see anything interesting. I am in it for the long term, so these short-term patterns and moves don't mean a whole lot to me. What they mean to me is good times to buy more crypto and good times to buy more Bitcoin and altcoins. So that's why I use the charts. It's not for leverage trading. It is to find the best time to buy. And also you can look, like on Coinbase, it says, the market is down 7%, or the market's down 12%, or 2%. And those are the times that I like to look at the coins and see which ones are pretty far down, and then I can make a good cheap buy for that coin at that time. And we're starting to get some new kind of normals a little bit. Nothing's really settling, but it's a lot different compared to last month. Last month, the prices, the normal prices to buy at and what a good price to buy at was different than what it is now. So trying to find out what coins to buy right now. This is Bitcoin that we're looking at right here. I would say that it is a decent time to buy Bitcoin right now. This looks like an M, double tops right here. And, we went down here, and I don't know if it's going to go any further down. We'll just have to see. I think right now would be a good time to buy Bitcoin because there's just so much going for Bitcoin. The Taproot upgrade that's coming, and just everything that's happening in the world. We're going to continue to get good news, and in the future, I'm still sticking by what I said before. When other companies in the S&P 500 are going to start disclosing Bitcoin on their balance sheets, I still believe that's going to happen. And we still haven't seen the normal 18-month after the halvening pump, so that's another thing that we're waiting for in November and December. Other people are saying in their videos, in the 2017 bull market, the best time was November, December to, sell your Bitcoin, and that's when it was at its highest. So that is 18 months after the halvening. That's why. 2016 was the halvening. 18 months later is November, December of 2017, right when the bull market happened. And that's what I'm waiting for this. That's what I got into Bitcoin for in the first place, was because of that pattern that is in Bitcoin. Every 4 years, the halvening, 18 months later, you have the all-time highs. And we've already went to 65,000, so the all-time high to me is about 112,000. I'm still going to say the same price that I said before for this year. No matter that we just had this 50% correction, I'm still sticking by what I originally said. So I'm hoping for a nice little bounce here pretty soon. And that's why you guys just don't got to worry, man. This is some Bitcoin therapy for you. Because, when in doubt, zoom out. And that's what you got to do. And if you don't zoom out even to 2021, go all the way back to 2017. 2016, look at the patterns. Look what happened. The halvening is a real effect on Bitcoin and the supply and demand. Because it's giving the miners half of the rewards that it did the previous 4 years. Now, why it takes 18 months for the spike to kick in after that, I couldn't quite tell you. But it is a pattern that's in the charts, and I believe it happened the same thing in 2012 and then the 2013 market. If I'm correct, if I'm wrong, correct me in the comments below, but I'm pretty sure that's accurate. And yeah, you just look for that. That's a big pattern. So I'm looking for long-term patterns. If you heard Michael Saylor say, he said there is nobody that's held Bitcoin for 4 years that has lost money. You can lose money holding it for a year, or 2 years, or 3, and why is that? Why did he say 4 years? Well, I'll tell you why. Because Bitcoin runs in 4-year cycles. That's the way Satoshi Nakamoto had designed the program to run, is in 4-year intervals. And each 4 years, it halves the amount of rewards that the miners get for verifying transactions and creating new Bitcoin. So the amount of new Bitcoin that gets created is halved every 4 years until it's basically minute amounts. And then until all 21 million coins are minted. Then all the miners, that's not the end for Bitcoin, and that'll happen, I believe, in the year 2150. And if all the miners agree, like all the Bitcoin is gone, used up, everybody's got it, it's worth like $1 million a piece, then at that time, all the miners can get together and vote to make more Bitcoin. Now, if that's going to happen when the price is way, way up, I doubt it. And then you could end up with a hard fork if that happens. Then you will have, another Bitcoin SV, Bitcoin Cash, one of them. So you'll never get rid of the original Bitcoin protocol, though. I believe, I can't say never, but I believe it's not going to happen. I don't think that we will ever get rid of the actual Bitcoin protocol. Now, I want to do videos on altcoins because I think if I do individual videos on people's favorite altcoins, I think that could potentially do well. And you guys already, if you watch my channel, you already know my favorite altcoins: OXT, Algorand, The Graph, and Anchor. So if you guys have one of your favorite altcoins that you'd like to see me make a video on, let me know in the comments below or in Telegram. You guys can check out my Twitter. I believe my YouTube is connected with my Instagram and my TikTok account now. So I'm all over social media. I'm going to be buying more altcoins, and maybe one of the ones that you guys tell me to do a video on, I might even get into it myself and buy. And then if you guys want to buy at the same time, we can do that, because I'll post what I'm buying in Twitter. This is just going to be a cool interactive community. I'm going to ask your guys' opinions and advice as we grow this channel. I'm already 30 subscribers more than I was when I did my last set of videos last month. Today I'm in excruciating pain in my leg. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm hoping it's not a blood clot. I almost didn't want to do a video today, but I'm starting my channel back up. So I just wanted to get this out there and kind of get my mind off of the pain. That's why I'm not up and walking. And a subscriber asked me to quit walking around so much because the video kind of made him dizzy. And I'm watching him, it kind of annoys me too. So I'm going to quit doing that pacing thing on my videos. And if I do, it's not going to be like going around, like you're swinging, somebody around in circles. If you watch wrestling, like the Cesaro swing. So basically right now, Bitcoin is sitting at, an average price that has been 35,000, And so I'm just waiting for this bounce to come. And in the short term, I can't tell you what's going to happen, the immediate short term. I'm not going to give you those kind of predictions. But the near to long term and how to make money with Bitcoin by hodling and just collecting over time, these dips are perfect for people like me and who are the people who are going to watch my videos, because it's buy the dips. Don't worry about leverage trading. The price goes down and you might lose money in the short term, but like Michael Saylor said, nobody who ever held Bitcoin for 4 years lost money. But you won't have to hold it that long. Look at the price. Look at everything that's going on with Bitcoin in the world. Look at the long-term charts. Look at the long-term patterns in the charts. Don't be worried about the short-term stuff and the short-term FUD that is making everybody crazy. And, watch out for the manipulations in the F2 pool, the miners. Look for that, because that's a real thing. They do like to mess with the price of Bitcoin that way. And when the happenings keep happening, the miners are going to have less and less power over the network. The power is going to transfer over to the people, and Bitcoin is going to be a monetary source for the people. And I hope Taproot can get the fees down some, because as you heard me say in my previous videos, that I'm worried about the transaction fees for Bitcoin in the future, especially if it gets up over a few $100,000 to $500,000 to $1 million. Then what are we going to start seeing in fees? The rest of us, little guys, aren't going to be able to pay those fees at this time. It'll wipe our Bitcoin out just in fees. So that's a definite concern of mine. Now, that's not a short-term concern of mine, but that is a long-term concern of mine with Bitcoin. And I'm going to be looking into things and talking with people and seeing what is going to be done and what they think is going to be done about that. And I'd like to, pick your guys' brains about that as well. What do you think the fees are going to end up as? Because as we saw when the market was at $65,000, the fees jumped up astronomically, and you were paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars in fees. Yeah, we were swimming in profits at the time, so it didn't seem as bad. But if you were swimming in a couple of $100 in profits and that was your fees, then you didn't make anything, and it was all for naught. So that's why you got to be careful, and that's one of the reasons I kept my Bitcoin on the exchange, is because of the fees. When it starts to get up there, then you don't have to worry about sending it back over to like Coinbase. And Coinbase is the only one that I would trust my funds on there, except for they can lock your funds if you don't pay, or if the government says to lock them up. That's a definite concern. But if you're on the up and up, that shouldn't really be an issue, except sometimes you can't predict what they'll do. If they see you as an easy target to take your money and you made a little mistake and they can, profit off of that, they probably will. I'm not saying, that will happen, but that's a possibility, and I've heard of that before, and that's why a lot of people don't like Coinbase. But when I had an issue and $100 payment didn't go through, or a couple $100 payment at the time, they gave me an opportunity. They did lock all of my funds, which was over $10,000 at the time, in Bitcoin, and they locked them, and over $100 or $200, and they locked all of my funds until I paid that off. But then they released all of them back to me. I owed them the money. It was a discrepancy with my bank and the timing and everything, and but they did lock all my funds. They did release them. So, and all my funds were safe. It was just a time thing, so it didn't ruin my relationship with Coinbase for that. It was my mistake, kind of. Well, it was just a series of unfortunate events that led to that, and it wasn't really anybody's fault, but it ended up happening, and they got their money back. I got my funds back, and everything was cool. It hasn't happened again since then, and I've been dealing with them for over a year. So today I'm not able to get into the Coinbase app for some reason, and I'm not sure why that is, but I will continue to try to do that, and I'll let you guys know if I can get in. If you're having problems getting in your Coinbase account, let me know, because I am as well. So, like I said, I'm trying to do videos on, different altcoins, because I think that will be successful. Would you guys like me to start talking about Ethereum as well? Because I do talk a lot about Bitcoin and altcoins, and I don't really talk a lot about Ethereum. But as I grow my audience, I'm going to start, doing a lot of what you guys want. And as the audience gets bigger, I probably won't be able to do all of everything that you guys want. But I will try to do a lot of interactive content. That's why you should join my Telegram group, my Twitter, my TikTok, and any Instagram. And that way you can see when I'm buying my crypto. When I'm doing pretty calculated buys, I'm going to let you guys know when I'm buying and what I'm buying. So that being said, you know what time it is. Goodbye and good Bitcoin.